has been found that animals too can get COVID. You might have heard reports of some animals, some big cats, lions and tigers in the Hyderabad zoo that have contracted COVID. They started showing flu-like symptoms and then subsequently they did the RT-PCR and found that they had COVID. They probably contracted COVID from their handlers. There were similar reports also from a zoo in Hong Kong and some more scattered reports coming from all around the world. For today's video though, I would like to concentrate on our pets, our dogs and our cats. Can they get COVID? We have known for some time as well that COVID-19 can infect animals. In fact, scientists are infecting rhesus monkeys, mice and other lab animals to study COVID. However, as of late, there is emerging data that also our pets can get COVID-19. For this, I would like to reference to a couple of studies. As usual, the links will be down in the description box. There was a study done in Texas, USA. This study had a small sample size of about 75 dogs and cats. I think there were around 59 dogs and the rest were all cats. All these animals were from households wherein they had already tested positive for COVID-19. It was found that 25% of these animals tested positive in the RT-PCR for COVID-19. This was an alarmingly high number of positive cases for the small sample size. It was also found, importantly, that cats are more likely to get COVID-19 than dogs. I will explain to you why a little bit later in the video. It was found that around 17% of the cats turned positive in the RT-PCR and around 2% of the dogs turned positive in the RT-PCR test. What is important to note though they were positive in the RT-PCR, more than 80% of these animals were asymptomatic. And if they did show symptoms, they were very mild, such as sneezing, diarrhea and lethargy. It has also been found that the newer strains can transmit to the pets more easily. I found a case though where a cat got more serious infection. The course of the disease was similar to that what happens in humans. If you see the X-ray, you can see some opacities in the X-ray. There was lung involvement in this cat. The cat went on to make a full recovery. The vets watching this one might want to note that the course in treatment for this cat was similar to what is used in the humans. There have been different types of coronaviruses which have been affecting animals through the years. But this was quite some news when I heard that COVID-19 can also affect our pets at home. Coming to why cats are more susceptible than dogs. But first let's talk about how the SARS-CoV-2 enters our body. On the surface, the SARS-CoV-2 has got a spike protein which attaches to the ACE2 receptors which are there in our body. Cats and dogs also have these ACE2 receptors. However, they are structurally different from what it is in humans. It has been found though that the spike protein of the SARS-CoV-2 can attach to the ACE2 receptors of the cat better than what it can attach to the ACE2 receptors of the dog. Essentially, when the SARS-CoV-2 spike protein attaches to the ACE2 receptors, they form what is known as a RBD complex, receptor binding domain. It has been found that this receptor binding domain is most stable in humans, then it is stable in the cats, and it is least stable in dogs. Now that we know that our pets can get COVID-19, what does it mean for them? See, you need not worry. You have to understand that as of now, the strains which are there around cannot be transmitted from pet to pet. And the dogs and cats cannot transmit the virus to humans as well. The only way they can get sick is that if they get the virus from us. And even if they do turn positive in the RT-PCR test, it doesn't mean that they are going to get serious illness. But you would like to be safer than sorry. So just as you isolate yourself from the rest of the family members when you get COVID-19, it is essential that you isolate yourself from your pet as well. This is just as a precautionary measure not to put them in harm's way. Also, if the necessity comes that the pet has to enter the room in which you are isolated, please do wear a face mask if the pet is in the same room. Please don't put a face mask on the pet. All the best trying to put a face mask on a cat. The vets watching this one might want to comment down below on the use of prophylactic ivermectin on the pets. Also, if you take your dog out for a walk, you might want to wash his paws after you bring it back home. The one thing you should not be thinking of doing also is of trying to disinfect a pet. This can be very, very harmful for the pet. So don't even think about it. Do share this video with fellow pet owners so that they can be informed. Like this video if it gave you some value. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. I'll be seeing you in the next one. Signing out, Dr. Rohan Sanseka.